relaxing morning with a couple of good friends. What more could you add to make it special? Well, I'll tell you what you can add. You can add shitloads of money, gambling, round robins, teasers. We have it all here on Brunch Betting. That's right. It's XFL Jim, Chase, Lupin Fiasco Sessions, and Eric Uncle Rico Magoo giving you the best sports plays you can find. That's right, bitches. It's Brunchtime Betting.
What is up? What is up? I am rolling solo. Chase is at Daddy Day Camp, and Jim is going to some country singer I have never heard of. So it is just me, old Uncle Rico solo today. Going to hammer out my two best bets for the day. Jim was kind enough to share his two best bets for the day, and he sent in a leg for the parlay. So we do have a nice juicy plus 1,400 parlay. Let me jump into Jimmy's bets real quick. Jim took the Rockets minus 1.5, the Rockies plus 169, and the Storm and Battlehawks under 45.5. For myself, I did everything in the NBA. Look, I took the Magic plus 110 on the money line for the first quarter. This sets up as a strong bounce back spot for Orlando after a disappointing second half in their last outing against Detroit. They're outscored 52-37, struggled offensively. Back on their home floor, I expect a much sharper start. The opening quarter typically is when the energy is going to be the best in the building. It's going to be its peak. Orlando has consistently fed off momentum like this all season. Magic have shown a clear tendency to start fast at home, pushing the pace, setting up the defensive cone with Suggs, Banchero, and Wagner. Even on the road in game one, they led all the first quarter. At home, the early game execution becomes even more reliable. On the other side, my Pistons, they've been vulnerable in early game situations, particularly on the road, tend to start a little slower, lack a little rhythm away from Little Caesars Arena. In this playoff environment, road teams come off tight. I think Orlando has a clear edge here for the first 12 minutes. I'll take the Magic plus 110. This is a clear, for me, I'll take the Suns here plus 4.5 first half. This is a classic trend-driven play. Teams trailing 0-2 heading into game 3. Historically covered the first half spread at a high rate. The situational lines up perfectly with the angle. While this may be one of the few spots to back the Suns this postseason, the value lies in the urgency, the expected response early in the game. OKC, look, Williams is hurt. This is going to affect rotations. This Thunder team is fucking great, no doubt. First game without him could be a little wanky. I think that favors to the Suns before the adjustment period. We've already seen this angle cash earlier this week when we took the Raptors here plus 1 earlier in the week. For my next bet, again, staying in the association. And this is a grimy one, boys, because he was dog shit. We are taking Josh Hart over 11.5 points. We're looking at back Hart. Disappointing 1 for 9, 0 for 4 from deep. Had 15 points in game 1. Just had a bad, 15 points in game 2, 11 points in game 1. Just had a bad shooting night. That happens with Hart. He's not a high percentage shooter, more of a rhythm pace guy. I think the Knicks are going to look to push the pace a little bit more. From the people that have been following me, I have been playing as over 12.5 rebounds and assists. That's juiced up now to 13.5, 14.5. That's getting a little bit too high, so I'm not going to go to that area. I'm just going to play the points here. I think Hart, we see that point, that bounce back, him go over this number. If you really want to get really spicy, you can play the adjusted 15 and 20 at better numbers, but I'm not going to do any of that. I'm just going to play the over 11.5. You can get this at even money over at our friends on Bet365. Got some comments chiming in. Just some dude pushing the Discord. Let's go ahead. Let's see what the parlay of the week is. This parlay is plus 1453. Jim's taking Newcastle. I mean, I know nothing about EPL. This is all a Jimmy bet. Jim is totally taking Newcastle here on the money line plus 650. For me, I took Zach Wheeler over 15.5 outs. Wheeler returns to the mound after having the blood clots in his shoulder. I think he's going to go 6. The Phillies have indicated he's going to go 90 pitches or 6 innings. Historically, Wheeler has been one of the more reliable innings eaters in baseball. Prior to the injury, consistently averaged over 6 innings per start, supported by elite command, low whip, strong strikeout numbers. Even in rehab, he demonstrated the readiness by ramping up his pitch count and delivering multiple 5+ innings performance. 15.5 outs requires over 5 innings of work, a threshold Wheeler regularly clears when healthy. Given the pitch efficiency, the expectation that the Phillies will look for the length for him, this number is well within reach. Additionally, the matchup supports volumes against the lineup that can be aggressive early in counts. Wheeler's ability to generate strikeouts and weak contact should help him to avoid high-stress innings, extend outings. If he maintains his command, this projects as a typical 5 2/3 to 6 performance. Hopefully we can keep it going. Last week's parlay, I believe this was it. Yes, last week's parlay did get it done. Luke Riley did go over his 2.5 hits, runs, RBIs, and Tottenham and Brighton did draw. So our plus 764 for last week got home. We doubled it. We're going plus 1453. Hopefully, Jim and I can get this home for you guys. Appreciate each and every one of you tuning in. Again, sorry, just stuck with me today as the other 2 boys are out. I will be back tomorrow with my NBA props, and Monday with my NBA props, and Tuesday on the eTop 21 Sports Show. You guys are going to be seeing a lot of me during the NBA playoffs. Appreciate each and every one of you guys tuning in. We'll be back next week. Chase and I will be talking a little Kentucky Derby on this. Best of luck in all your bets, and let's make some money, boys and girls.